Since March is Women's History Month, we have something here that ties back to that year, 1963, that we just talked about. But we also decided we want to shine a light on one of America's most prolific writers who happens to be from Jackson, Mississippi, and that's, of course, Eudora Welty. She was an award-winning American author who wrote short stories and novels about the American South. And what ties back to 1963 was in response to the murder of civil rights activist Medgar Evers. Eudora Welty wrote a short story. It's called Where Is the Voice Coming From?, which was published in the New Yorker in July 6th of 1963. That was just 25 days after the crime. Nan, tell us about this.
So this is a story by Eudora Welty that appeared in the New Yorker. And the night that Medgar Evers was killed, Miss Welty was angry, she was sad, and she just did what she did best. She wrote about it. And she sat down that night and wrote this story. It's called Where's the Voice Coming From? And it was told from the perspective of the killer, who at that time was unknown. And she submitted it to the New Yorker, and they published it less than a month after Medgar Evers was killed. And it's just become a powerful story that we turn to time and again, but it shows how Miss Welty reacted to that tragic event.
And what the significance of this would be that she wrote it immediately, or that she wrote it at all?
She wrote it immediately. She received some backlash from it, from a lot of the people in Jackson, the white people in Jackson. But so she really took a stand, and it could have been dangerous for her at the time, writing that perspective, because it certainly condemned what had happened. But she was a strong lady, and she stood up for what she believed.
Yeah, because at that point in time, if you were against something, it was a lot safer just to hush, just don't say anything.
Exactly, exactly. But she didn't hush. She wrote.
What was the significance of the public? I mean, what was the outcome of it? When she wrote it, she got backlash, but how was it accepted nationwide?
I think it was well received. I think it brought a lot of nationwide attention to what had happened here. Not that the assassination did as well, but this gave it an additional literary perspective to it.
And you're talking about this being, we're talking about March, being National Women's Month?
Yes.
What does it mean for Jackson, Mississippi, to have somebody as dainty as a lady as she was? She is still a giant of a lady that lived right here amongst us. What does that mean for Jackson?
She did. Miss Welty is one of the most prolific writers in American history. We have her home open here in Jackson as a house museum, which you can visit. She won the Pulitzer Prize. She was a very noted writer, and it's important to learn our literary history. We've got a lot of it here in the state, but especially here in Jackson, we're partial to Miss Welty.